Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. We are going to talk about Girl in the Bay, number 4. And this is supposed to be like the penultimate issue, which explains everything, except I found the explanation wholly and entirely unsatisfying. Let's just... we're going to spoil everything here, because I can't talk about the resolution of the conflict and why I find it unsatisfying without telling you about the resolution of the conflict. So if you're sitting at home and thinking, should I or shouldn't I buy this book? If you've seen my reviews of issues 1 through 3 where I spoiled some stuff, but I try not to spoil everything, you already should know whether you want to buy this book or not. This is really like, this is a commentary about the book and less of a review. I was trying to angle everything up to reduce glare, and I don't know if I was successful, but yellow sticky notes, man, they are versatile. So anyway, there's like weird jumps around. She goes to chase the guy. He stabs her. She comes back to life. And she's angry. And everything just gets weird. It just gets weird. And so the explanation... Oh, and I realized something right before the book told it to me, which is the worst time to realize something. I was on this page. It was this page. And I'm looking at Dude Fella, and I'm looking at Monster Face, and I realize they're the same dude. And then the book is like, yeah, they're the same dude, you idiot. You should have known that. And I'm like, how on earth would I know that? And the book was just like, I don't care. Figure it out, human. Alright, so what's going on? What has been driving this whole thing is, in this book's world, they choose to interpret reality in such a way that what you believe about reality influences reality. So think back, the canonical example they use is, think back to that time you almost got hit by a car. You know, you're just standing there minding your own business and, right? Except at the last second you go, oop, and then the car goes right through. That was because you willed it, that you chose, no, I don't want to get hit by a car. So instead of reality being this thing that marches forward, this thing that's a constant, even a thing that bifurcates, like in the many worlds theory, where now there are two worlds, one where the car hit you and one where the car didn't, here, you just erase the other one. Now the problem that they're all having, aside from a weird causal loop where this thing somehow went back in time to make him kill her, but then it's created from him, like, there's this weird relationship I don't understand completely about these two people, because they're the same person at different periods of time. Her, on the other hand, she is the crux of the issue. She has the ability to very strongly affect reality. So, like, the musician dude who's a ghost exists because she willed it. All that stuff, you remember when she was hiding out in a hotel room or whatever, and it was just full of money and clothes? She willed it. So the goddess thing isn't really real? I'm still not entirely, like, clear on that point of whether the goddess is real or not. But the final resolution comes in. You know what? I don't even know what the final resolution is. Like, it just ends. She goes, like, back with the goddess thing to somewhere, and Kathy, the real Kathy, lives a wonderful life. Whether that's her or not, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think there's still, like, a weird bifurcation reality, because when she got stabbed and she was in the water, she was like, oh no, I did not get stabbed. I did not. No stabby. No stabby. And so she didn't get stabbed. Except she did, because she was in the water. He wanted her to die, so she was in the water drowning. So then she saved herself and willed herself back to life, even though she had already done that. And so now reality was in conflict with itself, because you had her, and you had her, and you had him, where he did and did not stab her, where he did and did not kill her. And he snapped, his poor little fragile mind broke, and supposedly that's where the creature came from. Although the creature kind of implies that he existed before that, so maybe he's his subconscious. I don't know. That's all weird and gooey. And this is ultimately very unsatisfying. This is a really unsatisfying view of reality. Depending on, what precepts you believe in, there's a lot of different ways to view reality. Like, you could view time like it's a circle and events repeat themselves. You can believe in a linear time. That's basically what modern physics says. Except when it's not. It's complicated. You can have a reality where, like many worlds theory, where decisions right here splits off universes. And so now you can have lots of different possible paths. And so in one world over here, Kathy is dead. Over here, she's alive. But in this one, it's kind of like the many worlds theory is true, except all the worlds are superimposed on each other. There's not two separate paths here, or actually 4 separate paths. There's one. So people, the way this book posits the way reality works is time goes like this, 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 and there's all these decision points, but they die. None of them are followed. The ultimate reality is this one, this zigzaggy path. So it's a line that follows through a tree of worlds. And each time you get a split, that world dies, except in the case of Kathy Sartori, who superimposed 2 worlds into one. I don't really understand the metaphysical mechanism for doing that. I don't know why the book would do that. It's kind of an interesting concept. It's kind of an interesting thing to explore. But at the end, it felt wholly and completely unsatisfying to me. And it didn't resolve, like, the fundamental mystery of what was going on. Like, if reality works like that, shouldn't this kind of situation arise a lot more often? You'd think it would. But apparently it doesn't. And that's kind of my thoughts for The Girl in the Bay #4. Technical stuff, it's exactly the same as the previous issues. The art's fine, the writing's fine and intriguing. There's not a lot of wasted words, there's not a lot of wasted panels. The book moves along at a good clip. There's actually some really great danger. If you remember, the last book ended with the dude stealing her granddaughter and kidnapping her. And so she follows, and there she is. Like that. Oh man, I was reading this and I got tense. So tense right there. Actually, not even just there. This whole part going down the stairs, like this sequence right here, and then I saw that and I'm like, oh man. And it all turns out to be just a game. Because it's meaner that way, right? Oh. It's brutal. And this dude is just as slimy looking as he always has been. He's disgusting. He's hideous. He's monstrous. I love it and I hate it. Kind of like this book. Man, that's, She Could Fly. I read that from Burger Books also. That was kind of my opinion of that book, is I love it and hate it. And that's where I am with Girl in the Bay. I loved it and I hated it. I'll see you next time. I don't know that I can recommend picking up the trade or anything like that. But it was certainly an interesting ride with some really interesting things in it. I'll see you next time. Talk to you later, and bye-bye.